Hey guys, welcome back. Trying to make a video about field cultivating today. The wind's not really cooperating, but we'll do the best we can. So we're in one of our low bottoms. Deborah just panned that way a little bit. 15 feet away from me is one of the drainage ditches that runs through the bottom, and so it's actually about a foot and a half below me in elevation, and there's water running through that ditch, and there's also slough grass in that ditch. So weather is what you get. This is the field that we had clover in last year. We're going to come back in corn. You know, we spread manure on this field. We showed you that. I ran the chisel in here in March. It was dry, everything worked perfect, things looked nice. And now, well, not now, but then in April, the entire month of April, we had rain. And I was never able to get back in and smooth it. Finally, the 1st of May, we were able to get in and field cultivate it. So my primary tillage passes were the chisel. The end of April, 1st of May, I did 2 passes with the field cultivator. The first one was relatively shallow. I think I was running about 2.5. I did get 1 drying day, and then I came back and I sunk the field cultivator in. I was running at 3.5 inches. So I did get the field super level. And the day after I got done doing that, it rained again. And now here we are, today May 7th?
8th.
8th? Okay. So we're at May 8th, 7 days later. So Deborah, look at the ground here. It's wet. I'm right on the verge of the field being too wet, but I want to get corn planted this first part of May. And so since that intervening time, if you see here, we have our little friend, velvet leaf coming. There's a bigger velvet leaf. We have foxtail coming. And I had a cucumber here just somewhere a little bit ago. I had a cucumber, but trust me, there's some cucumbers here too. Okay, so I want to plant corn, and I kind of want to put my head down and just go, because it's a crapshoot and it's a lottery. And what's allowing me to think about field cultivating this and planting it today, first of all, we're going to have 2 almost 90-degree days with 20 and 30-mile-an-hour winds. So even though I am working the soil too wet, the soil is going to dry out hopefully before the next chance of rain, which is 2.5 days away. Second thing that's allowing me to run is that I have not disked this field. And so if we look at this field, here we see one of the clover plants that survived. He's got residue. Here is a wheat plant, a volunteer wheat plant from a couple years ago. And here is my little slough grass. I don't know the exact name of this grass. I call it slough grass. It grows in the bottom here, and if she pans that way, we can see that we're kind of in a wet hole here, and there's a fair amount of this little slough grass. Probably some kind of nutsedge, not sure, but anyway. So we're going to have some dry weather now for a couple days, and obviously we have moisture. And so what I'm trying to do out here today is to level the seed bed and kill these little fellers here while leaving residue on the surface. Okay, so let's get in the tractor. Okay guys, we're going to show you running the field cultivator here, the things I'm thinking about. The first thing, I wanted you to get a picture with the cultivator out of the ground. I use the edge-on sweeps. That allows me to get the maximum amount of horsepower. I'm pulling this cultivator with a 115 horsepower tractor. What does make that work is that I have duals and I have cast weights, and I am running with the front wheel assist engaged. But we have a Krause field cultivator, one of the last ones made before they joined with Kuhn. We have a 4-bar spring-tine harrow on the back, and we're going to run a little bit. Okay, so since I know this ground is too wet, I don't want to go very deep and turn up ribbons. I want you to see the action of the field cultivator back there. You need to be going 5 miles an hour or faster so that you're not turning up ribbons. But you want to see things exploding. It looks like little explosions where those field cultivator shanks are running. The other thing I want to talk about is the depth here. Since this bottom is a little bit wet, I just want to go deep enough to kill those weeds that we were talking about at the other end. So somewhere between 2.5 and 3 1/4 inches is where my depth is going to run. I want to keep the speed, like I said, over 5 miles an hour. Right now we're running 5.5. But since I'm underpowered on this tractor, I'm running the depth there. I just bumped it down a hair. Hear me lose some power. And so I'll pull it up a hair. But I just want to kill those weeds and continue to smooth the seed bed. Thanks, guys.